The Pat Walsh Show on a Monday night. I apologize. My voice is weak tonight, running out of energy and strength. So hopefully we'll get some of you to call and pick up the slack for me tonight. I try to get my voice back. In the weeks leading up to her death, Brittany Maynard became the face of the nation's right to die debate. Critics calling her case exploitation, advocates arguing she was making a mark. Said she just wanted to leave a worthy legacy, and now she's gone. Trails she left behind may bring the physician-assisted suicide movement and that deep divide about it to a younger generation. That debate. Maynard was 29 years old, died Saturday at her home in Portland, Oregon, after taking lethal drugs prescribed by her physician. It was a decision she made earlier this year after being diagnosed with terminal brain cancer and given 6 months to live. I would continue on into this story, and I will, but we've had a couple of people already on the line calling. Now, I'll just tell you this. If you have something and you already know the story and you want to call and make your voice heard here, more than mine's being heard, I invite you to call right now at 921-1530, and we'll discuss this. 1-800-834-1530 is your phone numbers. That's your toll-free number. So we'll continue to talk about this story. And right now, let's get it started by taking a couple of phone calls. Now, Justin in Citrus Heights has been waiting for some time. Justin, thank you for giving us a call on Pat Walsh Show.
Oh, thanks, Pat.
Bet.
I called you about the Corby 8 story, so I don't know if you remember me.
Oh, yeah, of course I do. You bet.
Yeah, it was sorry to hear about your voice, man. I wanted to talk about the death with dignity issue, the Brittany Maynard. But I kind of wanted to get into a different angle I haven't really been hearing too much talk of. And I was surfing through Facebook, and I've been following it ever since I heard about it. And I came across that she did pass away. And I was kind of shocked at the comments that people were leaving. And, I'm not attacking religion or, claim to be any type of, I'm more spiritual, and I know this whole issue is different sides, political, but I was more mortified of the comments that these supposed loving people were leaving, saying, that she was, a coward, that she was burning in hell, that she had no right to do that. And these were all, Christian, religious people, and I was shocked. I was shocked at that. And I think we need to understand that, these people have the choice to do that. It's their body, and she was surrounded by her family. Her family, knew there was no other road. And, heaven forbid she, the family take on the last 6 months of her life, paying bills and the pain and suffering. And, I just think it's a no-brainer, we could always get into, the morals of it, but it's her body, it's her right, and I don't think religion needs to play any part of this, She was an articulate woman. She knew there was no road out, and she died with dignity, and she made a conscious effort. She was surrounded by her family, but I don't know. I was just angry when I saw those comments. I don't really believe that these people that say they're so-called loving religious people would actually take an angle like that. And they weren't just trolls. These were actual, religious people passing judgment on her, saying vicious, vicious things. And I don't know. I don't know what type of person you have to be. This girl died, and they never had to go through it.
Yeah, one thing I apologize again for my voice, Justin, but one thing about it that I've noticed is, Anytime there's a story like this and it's on Facebook and it's out there, and it doesn't even have to be on Facebook, just the articles that you see on various topics, the people that sit behind their computers and feel compelled to give their comments, I am no longer surprised at how brutal some of these people can be. Now, I'm a Catholic. I have my own thoughts on this.
Yeah.
I know how I feel about it, but and there are, unless I'm mistaken, and anyone can correct me if I'm wrong. It certainly will not be the first time that I'm wrong. But as far as I know, you have 5 states. Now, you say it's her right, okay, and I'm certainly not playing devil's advocate, but you say it's her right to do this. It's her life. As far as I know, there's only 5 states that say that it's your right to do that. And that would be New Mexico, Vermont, Montana, Washington, Oregon. Again, if I'm incorrect, please feel free to correct me, and that's not a problem. I won't take issue with that. So I don't think that everyone says it's her right. But you and I, at least for myself, I'm not in that situation. I'm Catholic. I have my beliefs, but someone who's in that situation, it's kind of hard to dictate to them, I guess, to tell them this is what you should do. Just because, in other words, just because I'm Catholic and I have a talk show, it doesn't matter what I say because she's not listening to me. She's going to make her own decision, and she's going to go to Portland, Oregon, and talk to a physician who's going to say, here are the drugs you need to take as in terms of physician-assisted suicide, and that's what she did.
Oh, yeah, and, and you're right, we're never going to know the thoughts and the pain and everything else that she was going through, to sit back and to judge her like that, you know? I mean, it's one of those instances where we have to start living in the 21st century, I mean, because she's just going to go and, end her life illegally or something like that, So I don't know. It's a no-brainer as far as if someone's terminally ill and we're forcing them to go through so much pain and have the family, the last, months of that person's life, witness someone shriveling up and dying. I mean, that's the last memory you're going to have of that person, I don't know. I think we really need to start living in the 21st century.
Well, you bring up the good point here. I mean, is that, as you say, is that the memory you want of her? And again, I'm not playing devil's advocate, Justin. I'm doing this because we need to discuss. I feel the need that we need to discuss this. Is it, and Justin, thank you for the call. Is it moving into the 21st century to say that we should respect her right to take her own life? Is that moving into the 21st century? And when you say that, if she's shriveling up and dying, as you put it there towards the end of her life, and that's how people are going to remember her, what about those people who remember her as someone who decided to take her own life? I mean, there's going to be that school of thought as well. We don't want to remember her as someone who's just going to take her own life. Is there a religious aspect to this? Or is it her right? And those people that sit behind their keyboards and they type up comments on a lot of these stories, I mean, it's brutal. Brutal. A lot of these people just have no class, or if they do, they don't show it they don't demonstrate it when they're leaving comments on some of these stories. It's truly remarkable. So those are some of the questions I want to pose to you. Is there a religious aspect that says, this is wrong? Or is it just her right? This is her life. Let her do what she wants. What about the fact that there's only 5 states that allow physician-assisted suicide? She was not a suicidal person, as our earlier guest on the afternoon news said. She was not a suicidal person. She just decided that she'd rather end it this way and her way rather than dying from this cancer with 6 months to live. All right, those of you on hold, you hang in there. I have to take a quick break. I want to get to all your comments. 921-1530, toll-free number 1-800-834-1530. Ehud, you're up next. It's Pat Walsh Show.
Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes, mornings and afternoons.